So John Askey has been sacked, relieved of his duties at Shrewsbury Town after a difficult couple of days, a tough few weeks really for the town boss. So the pressure was mounting for a while. We could see that, we could sense it and feel it. It's been hard. It's been sad to see him lose his job today. I mean, it's football. Obviously, it's a business. It's a results business. It's never nice to see a manager lose their job to be sacked. But it just hasn't quite worked, has it, for John Askey here at Shrewsbury Town? Sacked just five and a bit months into a 3-year deal when he was appointed in the summer as Paul Hurst's successor. Results, I mean, it's four league wins in 17, which is clearly not what they'd hoped. Even when you factor in mass turnover in the summer of players and things like that, I mean, inconsistency has really been the issue. False dawns when they've put in a great display, it's not been built on, and that's been a concern. It's no secret that Askey has not been a huge hit with town fans, and that came to a head yesterday in the FA Cup first round tie with Salford, the 1-1 draw. There were furious, angry chants at full time aimed at the manager, calling for his head. And things moved quickly from then. I went along to a press conference this lunchtime, speak with young defender Ryan Sears and what I thought was going to be George Pilkington, the coach for Checker Trade tie, and that didn't materialise for whatever reason. And then things started moving, and of course we got the news that the manager's tenure has ended. Now, where next? I mean, as you can see, we've reported already that former Blackburn and Blackpool boss Gary Bowyer is an early front runner. Massively impressed with his job at Bloomfield Road, what he did to get them back up out of League Two under such tough times with the ownership there, and to get a 12th place finish in League One for Bowyer was superb. So he's very much a front runner, very much someone admired. That wouldn't be too much of a surprise. I think he was 5-4 with the bookies, 11-8. I saw Sky Bet had suspended it at one point, so looks like he's certainly leading the race. There are other options, of course. You can vote on our poll. People talking Mick McCarthy. Paul Hurst is out of work, isn't he? The man John Askey replaced in the summer. Have your say there. Who could see what could potentially happen there? But yeah, John Askey loses his job. He's a really pleasant guy. I must say, with the media and press conferences, we would always chat. And he would be friendly and not have a bad word to say about anyone really. So I'd like to thank him. The way we dealt with him and he dealt with us was great. I know he didn't build up that connection with fans, and that was part of the problem. We talked about clapping fans from an early date, some simple things like that. Never sort of built up that familiarity and that fondness of each other, which fans obviously took notice on. But to us, I know there were those quotes. Sorry, yesterday about the media turning on him and causing the storm. But for all of it, really, he's been great to deal with. So I can't have any bad words said there. And yeah, I wish him all well, I really do. Just listening to Brian Caldwell, actually, the chief executive's reaction video, says it's a massively difficult decision to do. It's a hard thing to do when these guys have families and careers to look after and all like that. But the club are craving consistency, and it just hasn't happened. The 18th in League One, 4 wins from 17. Just John Askey hasn't been able to build on the small bits of promise that have been shown at times. There have been so many disappointing days. They were winless on the road until Wimbledon last time, and yeah, interesting to see where it goes from here. Of course, there's a Checker Trade Trophy game at Crewe tomorrow that goalkeeping coach Danny Coyne will look after. Of course, he was caretaker after Mickey Mellon a couple of years back. So that will go on, and then it leaves a few days, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, before Saturday's huge Montgomery Waters Meadow League clash with fellow strugglers Rochdale, which is going to be a massive day. Will there be a replacement in place by then? There's every chance. Who knows? I'm sure the club will want to get it done quickly, but make the right decision, crucially. For all the sort of reaction and my thoughts and all the early reports following John Askey's sacking, stick with shropshirestart.com.